Hey, good morning. Welcome to today's Enlightenment broadcast. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Jay Moore, and I'm your healthy accountant here to help you to account for your life. And today, our message, our thought is, what is your fruit? What is your fruit? I was just reading in Genesis chapter 1 and verse 20, was that 28? And it says, then God blessed his son. Then God and his son blessed them and said, we have given you the ability to produce beings in our image. So be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and manage it for us. Verse 29. That's still 28. It says, we have put the two of you in charge of the fish, the birds, and all the animals that walk the earth. That is what God said in verse 28, Genesis 1. It says, then God and his son blessed them and said, we have given you the capability to produce beings in our image. So be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and manage it for us. We have put you two in charge of the fish, the birds, and all the animals that walk on the earth. What is your fruit? I was thinking this morning about character and leadership. I've been reading a book that is discussing those topics, and I also experienced yesterday, a life lesson from a 5-year-old friend of mine's son, whom, after just a short amount of time, he doesn't see limits in his life. And that's a little bit different than the fruit, but it's all working together because, imagine a father, a husband, a friend, a colleague whom doesn't allow their circumstances or circumstances around them to affect how they think and what they believe. What fruit would come from that? What would people around this person start to do as a result of the changes that they see in his life? And so I've been, just really looking at some of the first principles in which God laid out for us in the beginning. Because in the beginning, there was no 10 Commandments. There was no thou should not, and you shouldn't do this and that, and you should, not serve any other gods. He had to bring the commandments to bring things back in line. He had to bring the commandments because the people that he was out to help, the people that he was out to save, they needed to change. And because they needed to change, he needed to set some principles in front of them. So there was no commandments then. The only things that was there, first principles were be fruitful, multiply, have dominion. We've given you the ability to manage everything. See, and once Adam and Eve sinned, they lost the ability to manage everything. They could no longer basically have dominion over the animals and the fish. Now the animals and the fish almost don't even know them. Yeah, I don't know what it was like in those days, but the dominion part was taken away. That's why, animals are afraid of us. They don't want to. I mean, yeah, you got some, the domesticated ones, but if you go into the wild, they're not walking up to you saying hi. They're not coming over to you like, yo, you're one of my folk. You're my master. No, they're, if you meet the wrong ones, they're gonna attack you. But most are just going to stay away. They're not going to come near you. They're not going to allow you to get near them because we lost dominion. But in the beginning, it was be fruitful. Be fruitful with what I've given you. You know, every day, our lives are supposed to be lived for something else and not for us. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. You know, I give you now. I've been talking about trees and seeds a lot, and a tree does not grow for itself. A tree grows for the use so that others might have what it produces. And a tree, just a regular tree, is there to help us to breathe. We need trees to filter the air. That's why we need a tree. Now, then when you have a tree that has fruit on it, then that fruit is helping us to eat. So that fruit now, that's another part of the tree that's allowing someone else to benefit. But think about your life. What is your fruit? And, who are you benefiting? You mainly benefiting yourself. And I'm going to tell you, I've been down this road where, my life was for me. I, me, I, me, I, me, I, me. And sometimes I still do it because it's been, after, living a life of, man, I'm just doing it myself. I'm not going to worry about needing help from anyone. I learned that that's not the best trait because I need help. I need to work with people. I need others to share with me their ideas and me share mine, and we benefit each other. Yes, we need that. We have to bear our fruit. But the thing about the fruit is that most will never learn what their real fruit is. Most will never learn it. I was talking to my niece yesterday, and I saw a gift that she had not noticed that she had. And I shared it with her what it was, and she says, I never looked at it like that. See, a gift is something, it's something that comes pretty easy. It doesn't come with pain, and because if it's like, oh, I gotta do this again, then it's not a gift. But a gift is something that comes easily. You do it without thinking. And others may see what you do, and they may say, man, you can do that so well. And you say, oh, it's nothing. Oh, it's nothing. But it's a gift. You just haven't recognized it for what it is. And as I shared it with her, what her gift was, I thought about some things that I do pretty easily. I said, man, that's kind of like a gift. It may not be the main gift, but it's kind of like a gift. But then that's where you got to realize, okay, what is the main gift? Like, I have, I didn't go to school to cook, but I have a way of cooking that I could go into the kitchen, find something and make it. And you're like, oh man, that tastes good. Man, how'd you do that? You just whip that up. It's a gift. See, because most people can't do that. But then I have to take that not looking at just the cooking, then I gotta go further into, okay, so what else do I do that seems pretty simple? I'm gonna tell you, knowing these programs seems pretty simple to me. But I can just wake up. I can wake up out of a sleep. I can turn on the microphone and I have a topic to talk about. Where does that come from? I don't have to write it down. Now I want to get better. Like that's the part I want to learn. I want to get better at scripting it out. That's the part I have to get better at. But the part that where I can open up, I can read, I can think, and bam, here it is, a topic I can talk. See, that's a gift. But it goes further than that. See, the main gift, I'm gonna tell you, I'm still in the revealing stage of what the real gift is. So those are things that I can do as a result of my gift. Man, I'm gonna tell you, it takes a lot of thinking, asking, um, just understanding in order to find out what this gift is, what your fruit will be. See, because we all got some fruit on our tree. We all have fruit. Our fruit was made for the consumption of others. It was made for the consumption of others, not you. It wasn't to benefit you. Now, your gift will make room for you. It will set you before kings. What that means is that it will take care of all your needs. It will put you in places where you would, you're like, man, how did I get here? That's because of your gift. So, every day, I'm waking up and I'm saying, okay, who am I? Where am I from? Why am I here? Where am I going? Um, and what can I do? See, because these questions are helping, me, someone that, I published my first article on LinkedIn yesterday. And it's interesting because I remember clicking in and, I should do this. Oh, this seemed a little I felt a little nerve situation coming over me, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it. This is a couple of years ago, at least 2 years ago. I said, man, I should write an article. I was told that I should, and I never did. Like, what am I going to talk about? I didn't know. It took a 5-year-old yesterday to inspire me because they saw no limits and no boundaries. It took a 5-year-old for me to say, I can just do it. But I didn't, it came as a result of me not being able to do something. I had written an email about this lesson that I learned. I learned this lesson from this 5-year-old. So I sent an email out to my list. And as I sent the email out, I said, I'm going to post this same information on LinkedIn because I was putting information on there. So I took the information, I'm dropping it on LinkedIn, but it was like, oh, you can't, it's too many words. You can't just put that in the regular post because it's too many words. I was just like, oh man, dang. I said, oh, I can put it in an article. I think you can do up to 3,000 words in an article. Mine was like 1,500 and something. I was like, cut and paste, put it in the article, put a picture in there. And I said, what? I said, look at this. I'm doing an article. Didn't even think about it. Published it, put it out there. I said, now, what took me so long to do that? Now, it's no big deal, right? It's not like, life isn't about to change because I wrote an article. Not just like you're not going to do a video every day. Life isn't going to change just because I did a video. It's growing every day growing. What's your fruit? How will others be served because of what you will produce? And those are just stepping stones for me. I posted something else yesterday, a picture of myself and my the banner of the Healthy Accountant with a statement that said, I am a marketer. That's what I put. I'm a marketer. And the reason why I did it, I said, you know what? I always wanted to be a marketer. I chose to be an accountant, but I want to be a marketer. So I'm like, man, I can change it if I want. I reached out to a client yesterday. I said, hey, actually, I was talking to his manager last week. And I said, man, you know what? I should help you guys with marketing. So I reached out to him yesterday. So I'm going to talk to him today about helping them with their marketing. And I'm going to look for some other people to help with their marketing. Hey, let me help with your marketing. I'm a marketer. I know some things about marketing that I could help you with so that your business can do better. See, because what people want is more money. People want their taxes done. People want to they want the books, so they don't care though. Hey, Jay, you can help me make more money? Not from the taxes. Like that part, they get it, and they still want to do it, but it's like it doesn't resonate the same. When you say, I can help you put more money in your pocket because of what you want to do, then they listen. I am a marketer. But you know what? I had to change. I had to change the way I think about change. Think, change is something else. And every day you should wake up saying, well, you know what? Change is evident. I'm going to change no matter what. My body composition changes every single day. Cells die and grow every single day. So if that is the case, then when there's an opportunity to change, I should look at it in a way of, you know what? That's good. Let's do it. What is your fruit? What's going to be the thing that other people will gather from you and live off of and be able to, say, man, when I got that thing from Jay or from Susie or Johnny, when I got it from them, my life changed. Man, I'm so happy that I heard their message. I got their product. I, ate their food that they cooked because it was amazing. Whatever it was, their testimony of how they lost the weight or how they stuck it out with their marriage, or their testimony of how they overcame addiction. I've overcome addiction. That's something that I did. I've done it all. I mean, not everything, but I've done a lot, from marijuana, alcohol, cigarettes, um, strip clubs. That was an addiction at one point because I went a lot. Yeah, I did it. It was one of these, but I said to myself, that was because I didn't know who I was. See, if you know who you are, there's things that you won't do. You say, I would not go there. I would not allow that in my body, because that I'm telling myself I want to die. I want to die early. If I'm drinking all this alcohol, if I'm smoking and smoking, like I'm telling myself, hey, I want to go early. That's because I know who I was. And you know who you are, you will not allow any substance in your body that is going to hurt you. You will not be involved in you not go places that are not for your good. I look at that and say, man, I shouldn't have been there. If I was there, I should have been bearing fruit. I should have been there to speak to the young ladies about how they are giving up of themselves. And yes, I understand you got to make a living. What if there was some fruit that I could have given them, that they could have said, you know what, I don't need this. I can go and do this, and that will sustain my life. That's why they do it. They want more money. They don't have a way. They don't want to work at McDonald's, and they want to make a good income. What's your fruit? How's your fruit going to impact another person? But the impact part, don't worry about it. That's not for you to worry about. You just have to focus on, I've got to be fruitful every day. Even if it's just from, even if you have to kind of, go through some things today. Now, you can't eat your own fruit. You can benefit from the changes, but you can't eat your own fruit. But you can benefit from the changes because you can say, man, I've come from here to there. Wow, that's amazing. That's awesome. What is your fruit? I think that's something worth doing research on. I think that's something worth you spending time on a daily basis, asking those questions. Who am I? Where am I from? Why am I here? What can I do? And where am I going? Discover your fruit today. But go on the journey of life, because once you find your fruit, you won't need a job. You will find a way. That fruit will make room for you. And because it will make room for you, you'll never work another day in your life. Now, I'm not telling you you're going to be sitting around on the beach. That's been something that's been, shared with us, that's what we're working towards. Sit on the beach, do nothing. Yeah, no, that's not what your fruit is about. See, that's you benefiting from what you are doing. Our fruit is about others, and so you'll work, but it'll stop feeling like work. You'll be excited every time. You know, I get to spend some time with some of our youth at our church, and even some older, some people my age, and you know, we'll get together tomorrow evening to talk about next level, going to that next level. You know what I'm saying? Go to the next level. I can't wait. I get to use a part of me that, man, I can't. I may have to start doing this every week because it's so fun. So it really is. But yeah, so what's your fruit? Who am I? Where am I from? Why am I here? What can I do? Where am I going? Those questions will lead you down the path of discovery of what your fruit is. All right, I thank you so much for joining me today for today's enlightenment broadcast. What is your fruit? And I'm Jay Moore, your health accountant. Look, if you got any value from this program today, please share it across your social network, whatever network you're watching it on. I would be thoroughly grateful and thankful to you for sharing this, across your networks. I want to make an impact. I do want to make an impact. I want what God has given me to, to get in front of other people so that they too can benefit from some of the things that He's blessed me with. And so if you could do that for me, then, that's great. If you don't, it's still fine. I appreciate you for coming, and I appreciate you for taking some time to listen to what is your fruit. All right, guys, God bless you. Take care.